Hello guys, we are discussing stoichiometric relationships and I am Vaishali Kekan. So let's start our discussion with the first question of the day, which states the experimental setup shown in the figure can be used to determine the empirical formula of the copper oxide. The following experimental results were obtained. The mass of empty dish is given in grams, it is given 24.58. Mass of dish plus copper oxide in gram is given 30.12. Mass of dish plus copper at the end of the experiment in grams is given, it is 29. Calculate the empirical formula of the copper and write the reaction equation, right? So now we have the mass of the copper oxide at the start. So what is the mass of the copper oxide? We know the mass of dish plus copper oxide and we know the mass of dish as well. So if I subtract the mass of dish from mass of dish plus copper oxide, I will be getting just the mass of copper oxide. So the mass of copper oxide at the start would be 30.12 minus 24.58, which is 5.54 gram. Mass of copper at the end would be, so this is the mass of dish plus copper at the end, which is 29, and this is the mass of dish. So again we can subtract the mass of dish and we will be getting the mass of copper at the end. So that is 29 minus 24.58, that is 4.42. Now in the initial part of the experiment we have copper oxide. At the final we are generating copper. So now if I subtract the mass of copper oxide and I subtract the mass of copper from this copper oxide, I will be getting the mass of oxygen. So the mass of oxygen in the copper oxide will be the mass of copper oxide minus the mass of copper, which is 5.54 minus 4.42, which is 1.12 gram. Now we know the mass of oxygen, we know the mass of copper, right? So we have to find out the empirical formula of the oxide of the copper. So we just need to have the masses of both. Now we know both of them. Now we will be calculating the moles. Moles can be found out by dividing the given mass by the molar mass. So copper will be having the mass 4.42, it is given, and now we can divide it by the molar mass of copper, that is 63.55. so I will be getting the number of moles 0.0696 mole, right? Similarly we will be having oxygen and we will be having the amount of oxygen, mass of oxygen that we calculated 1.12, it is divided by the molar mass of oxygen, that is 16, we will be getting 0.0700. Now we need to find out the whole number, so we will be dividing it by the minimum of the two. The minimum of the two numbers is this, so we will be dividing by this number. So here I will be getting 1 and here I will be getting 1.01. so this is the empirical formula which represents CuO, right? So copper is having the subscript 1, oxygen has 1.01, which can be represented as 1, right? So now the reaction, in the reaction what was happening, copper oxide was reacted with hydrogen, so it is a reduction reaction and it is reducing to form the copper and H2O at the output. So now coming to the next question, I hope you understood this question. An organic compound A contains only carbon and hydrogens. This is a hydrocarbon. When 2.5 gram of A burns in excess oxygen, 8.08 gram of carbon dioxide and 2.64 gram of water are formed. Calculate the empirical formula. What would be the empirical formula? So this is the reaction that we have. Let's suppose we have CXHY. We don't know what is the hydrocarbon that we have, so we have denoted it as CXHY. So it is going to form CO2 and H2O. So CO2 will be having the coefficient X because here the subscript of C was X. Now here H2O will be having the coefficient Y upon 2 because here at H we have subscript Y, right? So what would be the coefficient of O2? X plus Y by 4. This is how we can form the equation of the reaction. Now coming to the moles of CO2. Amount of CO2 is given. So amount of CO2 is 8.08 gram. We can find out the moles by dividing it by the molar mass of the CO2, which is 44.01. So we will be getting 0.184 moles. So CO2 will be having 0.184 moles in 8.08 gram, right? So now CO2 will be containing only one carbon. So you can see in the CO2 we have one carbon atom and the number of moles in the C in 2.5 gram of hydrocarbon will be same because the carbon is 1. If I have X number of CO2 moles, I will be having X number of carbon moles. Number of moles of carbon and CO2 would be same because here the subscript of C is 1. So the moles of the carbon is 0.184 mole, right? Similarly, we can find out the number of moles of hydrogen. So the mass of H2O is given, which is 2.64. We can divide it by the molar mass, which is 18.02. We will be getting 0.147 moles. But here you can see in H2O, the subscript of H is 2. So we will be having twice the number of moles of hydrogen as we have the number of moles of water. So H2O will be containing 2H atoms, and because of that the number of moles of hydrogen in 2.5 gram of hydrocarbon would be twice. So the number of moles would be twice of 0.147, which is 0.293, right? So now we know the moles of carbon, we know the moles of hydrogen. We need to find out the empirical formula. For that we know the relation, so we will be dividing the number of moles with the lower number. So this is the lower number, we will be dividing by it. So 0.184 by 0.184 is 1, 0.293 upon 0.184 would be 1.6. But now these are 2, not the whole number, so we will be multiplying it with 5. So when multiplied with 5, I will be getting 5, and 1.6 when multiplied with 5, I will be getting 8. So what would be the empirical formula? We will be having with C, the subscript is 5, with H, the subscript is 8. So this is the empirical formula. Now coming to the next question, an organic compound B contains only carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Again, this is a similar question that we have, but we will not be applying the same formula because here we will be having oxygen as well. So when 1.46 gram of B burns in excess oxygen, 2.79 gram of CO2 and 1.71 gram of H2O are formed. What is the empirical formula of B? Now the relative molecular mass is also given, which is 92.16, and we have to form the molecular formula. So mass of carbon in 2.79 gram of CO2 can be found out. How? We know the molecular mass of carbon, which is 12.01. The molecular mass of CO2 will be 44.01, right? So we will divide 12.01 by 44.01 and we will be multiplying it with the given mass of CO2. And this is how we will be getting what is the amount of carbon in CO2, which is 0.76 gram. Similarly, I will be finding out the mass of hydrogen in H2O. So in 1.71 gram of H2O, we will be having 2.02 upon 18.02 into 1.71 gram, which is 0.19 gram of hydrogen. Similarly, we can find out the mass of oxygen. I cannot find out the mass of oxygen by the same method. We have to use the total product minus the mass of carbon minus the mass of hydrogen. So what is the total mass of B? It is 1.46. So 0.76, which is the mass of carbon, and 0.19, which is the mass of hydrogen, is subtracted from it, and we will be getting the mass of oxygen as well, which is 0.51 gram. Now we know the mass of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. We can find out the number of moles. So we can find out the moles by dividing it by the mass of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen by the molecular mass. So we will be getting 0.063 for carbon, 0.19 for hydrogen and 0.032 for oxygen. You can see the oxygen will be having least number of moles, so we will be dividing all three of them by 0.032 and we will be getting 1 over here, 6 over here and 2 over here. So what would be the empirical formula? Empirical formula will be having C subscript 2, H subscript 6 and O subscript 1. So it can be represented as O only. So now we can find out the empirical formula mass as well. We can multiply the carbon mass with 2, hydrogen mass with 6 and oxygen mass, and we can add all of them and we will be getting 46.08. So now we can get the N factor, which is the mass given as a molecular mass, which is 92.16, and divided by the empirical formula mass, which is 46.08, we will be getting 2. So what would be the molecular formula? It will be twice of this. We are multiplying the subscript by 2, so C4H12O2. This is the molecular formula. So I hope you understood all of them. Thank you so much.